Question 27. How many prime numbers are there between 1 and 100? So the prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, and then we have 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47, and then we have 53, 59, 61, 67, and then we have 71, and then 73 and 79, and thereafter in 80s we have 83 and then 89, and then in 90s we have 97. So let's count these. We have in the first row we have 8, and then we have 7 over here, and then another 7, and then another 3. So 8 plus 7, 15, 15 and 10, 25. So C is the correct answer. So there are 25 prime numbers between 1 and 100. Question 28. Simplify 5 square root 140. 5 square root 140 can be written as 5 times. The factors of 140 are 2 times 2 times 5 times 7. So 2 times 2 is 4, and the square root of 4 is 2. So we can take 2 outside. So this will be 5 times 2, and square root of 5 times 7 is 35. This can be rewritten as 10 times square root of 35. So B is the correct answer. Question 29. 9 over 16 is equal to what number in decimal format? So 9 is slightly above half of 16. So this is more than 0.5, because 8 over 16 is 0.5. So 9 over 16 will be slightly more than 0.5. So we can eliminate answer B because it is 0.4375. We can also eliminate answer C because this is 0.8125, and this is very close to the number 16. So we can eliminate this answer as well. So let's divide 9 by 16. So 16 is outside and we have 9 inside, and then 9.000. So 16 times 5 is 80, so the remainder is 10, and then 16 times 6 is 96, remainder is 4. 16 times 2 is 32, the remainder is 8, and then 16 times 5 is 80. So the answer is 0.5625. So we select E as the answer. Question 30. What is the surface area of the cube if n is equal to 3 inches? Now on this cube, each side is shown to be 6n. That means 6 times n. Now the value of n is given as 3 inches, That means each side of the cube is 6 times 3, which is 18 inches. The surface area of a cube is 6 times the side square. Because each side in a cube is equal, in this case it is 18 inches. What this means is this side is 18 inches, this side is 18 inches, and this side is also 18 inches. So there are 6 surfaces in a cube, and the area of each surface is side times side, which is side square, and that's why the total surface area of a cube is 6 times s square. So we have to determine in this case 6 times 18 square, so which is nothing but 6 times 324. The square of 18 is 324. So 324 times 6, 6 times 4 is 24, 6 times 2 is 12, 12 plus 2 is 14, 6 times 3 is 18, 18 plus 1 is 19. So the area of this cube is 1944 inch square. So A is the correct answer. Question 31. What is the simple interest accumulated if depositing $300 for 4 months at 6% rate of interest? So the formula for simple interest, SI is simple interest, is the principal that we are depositing times the time period for which we are depositing in years divided by the rate of interest over 100. So in this case, the principal or the amount that we are depositing is 300. So instead of P, I write 300. And the time in years for which we are depositing this amount is 4 months. So that means it is 4 divided by 12 years. So this is 1/3 of a year. And the rate of interest is 6%. So I would write 6 over 100. And there is a multiplication sign in the denominator. So let's see. So we can cancel the 0 zeros with 0 zeros over here, which means 300 divided by 100 is 3. And then 3 times 4 is 12, and then we have 12 in the denominator, so we can cancel this. So 12 over 12 is 1. And then what's remaining is, in the numerator, is the number 6. So the interest that is accumulated is $6. So E is the correct answer. Question 32. What is the range of the function f of x equal to minus 7x squared plus 0.5 times x when the domain is minus 4, 3? So in this type of question, we need to determine the value of this function at x is equal to minus 4 and at x is equal to 3. So at f is equal to, or at x is equal to the value of the function f at x is equal to minus 4 is f of minus 4 is equal to minus 7, and then in place of x we will substitute minus 4 and then plus 0.5 times again minus 4. So in this equation we are replacing x by minus 4. So this will give us minus 7 times 16 plus 0.5 times minus 4 is minus 2. 7 times 16 is 112 because there is a minus sign on the left. So we will write minus 112, and then plus of minus 2 is minus 2. So the The value of the function at minus 4 is minus 114. The value of the function at x is equal to 3 is minus 7 times 3 square plus 0.5 times 3. So minus 7 times 9 plus 0.5 times 3 is 1.5. So 7 times 9 is 63. So this is minus 63 plus 1.5. This will give us minus 61.5. So the range of the function, which simply means the value of the function, when the domain is minus 4 comma 3, is minus 114 comma minus 61.5. So we will select A as the answer. Question 33, 4/1/4% in the form of fraction. 4/1/4 is 17 over 4 because we multiply 4 times 4 and add 1. So we get 17 in the numerator and 4 in the denominator. So 17 over 4% means 17 over 4 divided by 100. So this is divided by 100 divided by 1. So we write 17 over 4 times 1 over 100. So this is 17 over 400. So let's see what the answer is. Looks like E is the correct answer. Question 34. How many subsets does the set 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 12 have? So the number of elements in this set is equal to 6. So we have 6 elements in this set. So the number of subsets is equal to 2 to the power 6. So if the number of elements in a set is n, then the number of subsets that can be formed is 2 to the power n. So in this case, n is 6. So the number of subsets will be 2 to the power 6. Now 2 to the power 6, it means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So 6 times we multiply 2. So 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So this is 8. And then this is also 8. So 8 times 8 is 64. So D is the correct answer. Question 35. Simplify 2g squared times 4 times g to the power 5 and so on. So in this type of problems, the first thing that we should do is multiply the numbers. So 2 times 4 is 8 and 8 times 7 is 56. Now the rest of the terms are g terms because the base is the same. These are all g's. We can add the exponents. So g squared times g to the power 5 is g to the power 7. And this is 1, this is 1, and this is 1, and this is also 1. So 7 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 10. 10 plus 6 is 16. And 16 plus 1 is 17. So 56g to the power 17 will be the correct answer. So we select C as the answer. Question 36. What is the 51st term in the arithmetic sequence 7, 11, 15, 19, and so forth? So one way to do this problem is to write the terms this way. So the first term is 7. The second term is 11, which is nothing but 7 plus 1 times 4, because 7 plus 1 times 4 is nothing but 11. The third term is 15, which can also be rewritten as 7 plus 2 times 4. The fourth term is given as 19, which can also be written as 7 plus 3 times 4. So the common pattern that we see over here is that if my term is nth term, for example, the number over here will be 7 plus n minus 1 times 4. So what this means is that if we are on the fourth term, the number will be 7, which was the first term of our sequence, plus 3 times the difference between the numbers. So the difference between the terms, if you look at it carefully, is always 4. That is the common difference. From 7 to 11, the difference is 4. From 11 to 15, the difference is 4. And from 15 to 19, the difference is 4. So that is the common difference. And we multiply that difference with a number which is 1 less than the number of the term. So if we are on the fourth term, we use the first term in the sequence, which is 7, plus we multiply 3 times the common difference, which is 4. If we are on the third term, we use the first term plus 1 less than the third term, which is 2 times the common difference, 4. So if we are on the nth term, where n is any number greater than 1 or equal to 1, in that case, the general formula is 7 plus n minus 1 times 4. So if we are on the 51st term, the formula that we will have is 7 plus, in this case, we will use 50 times 4. So this will give us 7 plus 200, which is equal to 207. So the correct answer is C. Question 37. Which property below is illustrated by the example a times 1 over a is equal to 1? So this is called a multiplicative inverse. So we select A as the answer. Question 38. 225 degrees is equal to how many radians? So we know that 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. So the question is 225 degrees will be equal to how many radians? So let's call this as x radians. And now we can cross multiply. So 180 times x is equal to 225 times pi. So in order to find x, we divide both sides by 180. So this 180 and 180 cancels. So we get x is equal to 225 over 180 times pi. So 45 times 4 is 180 and 45 times 5 is 225. So what we get is 5 over 4 pi as the answer. So looks like E is the